cash fast, we'll give you straight talk. Get you a square deal, no bull, and the respect you deserve. Every single day at more than 200 locations throughout the state. That pretty much says it all. Texas Car Title and Payday Loan Services. We are Texas. Call 800-514-CASH or apply online at texas514cash.com.
Country roads, take me home.
Country Roads, the music of John Denver and Dan Fogelberg, coming to the Belcher Center at LaTerna University in Longview, Saturday, November 19th.
On my shoulders makes me happy, and it says to you love when you can.
For information and tickets, visit belchercenter.com.
That's a part of the plan.
If recovery time is keeping you from having the spine surgery you need, maybe it's time to talk to the experts. The spine team at Azalea Orthopedics is highly trained. The physicians and surgeons are experienced in the very latest alternative procedures and minimally invasive surgery. That means getting you back to work and back to living with the shortest possible recovery time. So why settle for less? If you're tired of hurting, come to the experts. Remember, it's your choice. Azalea Orthopedics. Call, click, or come by today.
Welcome back, everybody. Good one tonight down in Palestine. The Tatum Eagles facing off against Cameron Yo, the Yo men. These two always make long playoff runs. Let's get to the highlights in this one. Early on, he's Superman. Jalen Overstreet, number 2, just going to take it and go right through the Yeoman for the touchdown. That would make it 7-0. Tatum with the early lead. In this one, fans got to get a little more pumped up than that right there. They'll get pumped up after this play. Overstreet, look at Nate Pickett's concentration to bring it down. That is what a receiver is supposed to do, but no points for Overstreet and the Eagles. Right back comes the Yeoman. That is a vicious hit by Garrett Jolovic, but Elmo Hayes holds on, so we're tied at 7. More Wildcat. I think he just called this the Jalen Overstreet play. Keeping it himself, going up through the crowd, up the left side. Now, they called a penalty on this, so they had to bring it back. But Jalen finishes it off with another score. Pretty tight ball game, but we got the Tatum Eagles getting it done, moving on. Congratulations to Coach Evans and company, 21-14 your final. The Beckville Bearcats were in Brownsboro tonight against Hubbard. And, boy, Hubbard has a stud right here. Bradley Walker, 92 yards. Beckville, every one of Beckville's players, I think, tried to tackle him. But this kid, wow, moves, more moves. 92-yard touchdown. What a play right there, as they would be up at this point 32-0. But Beckville, they were going to fight hard all the way to the end. Rain Rice going to hand off to Dalton Etheridge. Dalton gets a couple blockers. Look at the speed on the corner. He gets it. That's well good enough for a first down. And then Ricky this time is going to find his buddy Joey Warnby. But look at that swarming defense by Hubbard right there. And then finally, luck just kind of runs out here as Hubbard's defense does get to Mr. Rain Ricky. He goes down, ball comes out. Bradley Walker would add another touchdown run after that. Final score 53-8 is the final. Beckville, great run, but their season comes to an end. All right, let's check in on the private schools real quick. The Grace Cougars were all the way down in Buffalo tonight to take on Houston Northland. Very, very tight ball game, but Grace Cougars get it done. Wow, way to go, Coach Maddox and company, 28-21 your final. Travis Yosting, jump in here. You were at that game tonight. What a feeling for Grace. They're making history here, aren't they?
That's right. They got their first ever playoff win last week, and this week they're advancing to the Final Four. And it was all about the Grace defense. They had 10 third downs and didn't allow Northland Christian to get a single first down on those 10 third downs.
What's the feeling like, Travis? I mean, this program was built not too long ago. They got that brand new stadium. Now they're making deep playoff runs. Everybody's on board with the Cougars right now.
Right, and this year it's kind of a surprise. Last year they had a stacked team, a lot of seniors, and they were kind of expected to go far, but they weren't able to get it done in the playoffs. This year, it's a little bit of an unheralded group of guys that just go out and win every week.
All right, that's the way you do it, man. All right, appreciate that. Of course, Travis, you'll be at the Brook Hill game tomorrow. We'll read about all your stuff on etfilescore.com. Scoreboard we go for small schools. Big Sandy won last night 30-8. Alto Lovelady play tomorrow. Mount Enterprise and Gorman also tomorrow. Tenahall won 51-6 last night over Bremen. Final break coming up right now. We're going to check back in with Chase on any updates. Our spotted photos and play of the night is next.